This is how to play Backyard Country Club North Course. This is Joy Peterson.
This is the festivity area for the Relay for Life Open or tournament. Right here to our left, there will be a sign, and then on the other side of the tree is the bag drop. And then right in front of us here to the right will be the DJ table, and then next to it will be the check-in table. And then in the far back, closest to the house, we have a 3-hole putting green. And we're planning on having a fire pit going in between them. Hole 1 is the longest par 4 on the course. It's 33 yards long and has out of bounds on the right and out of bounds you have to hit over. Your drive will be going into a short, narrow fairway with a birch tree on the right and a driveway on the left. Your second shot will be over bushes, the tee off of 4, and plants and a bunch of junk to a fairly small green with the hole on the right side of the green.
Here I go.
Hole 2 is a 19-yard par 4. This is the second easiest hole on Blaine's course, or Backyard Country North. It's a slight dogleg to the right. Best way to play it is hit your drive up and land it right on the turn, and then you'll have an easy second shot towards the green. Your tee off will be over out of bounds.
I go.
Your second shot will be nearly a chip. Nothing more if your drive is good. The one thing you need to watch out for is there's a pine tree behind the green and a bush to the left of the green. Otherwise, this is a fairly easy hole.
Go.
Hole 3 is a 13-yard par 3. Your first shot consists of hitting over out of bounds, then over the bushes and rock wall to a green that is directly over the bushes.
Here I go.
Be careful not to hit your tee off too short because it will land in the bushes or the rock wall. And then you have a really hard shot to the green. But also make sure you don't hit it long because there's a pine tree long. And make sure you don't hit it to the left because there's out of bounds. So pretty much you just have to have a perfect shot. The green is a fairly easy green with the hole in the back right center. The hole 4 tee box is what we put most and a lot of our money into making this a lot better. Last year it was just a mat. Now it's pathway, flowers, stones, and sod instead of a mat. Hole 4 is a par 4 that's 25 yards long. And if you look, where you want to aim the tee shot is in between the smaller tree on the left and in between the 2 bigger trees. The fairway is quite large with the tree in the middle.
Go.
Hole 4's fairway is pretty generous on size. And your second shot should be the easier of the 2 longer shots on this hole. The green is fairly small with the garden behind it, so you don't want to hit it in there. And the hole is on the left side of the green.
Nope.
Hole 5 is a 20-yard par 5. Your first shot, the smart thing to do is lay up and play it to the right of the tree, so the tree's not in your way for the second shot. And then on your second shot, you'll be going over the rock wall and over the hedge to an awfully large-sized green with the flag in the back.
Yep.
Hole 6 is also a 20-yard par 4, just like hole 5. Your tee off will be bothered by a tree with overhanging branches. So you got to get around that and into the fairway opens up the farther that you would hit it. The green is a custom-made green by myself as a W, with the hole in just about the middle of the W. Hole 7 is a 32-yard par 5. Your first and second shot will most likely be in the fairway. If you have a good first shot, probably past the pine tree, in pretty much exactly in the middle of the fairway, you may have a chance to go for the green in 2. But be aware, the tree on the left makes the hole a lot harder than you think. As I said before, you may be able to hit this green in 2 if you have a good drive. But be aware that the hostas all over the rock wall will make the shot look longer and longer. The green is pretty long, with the hole in the front center, with not much give around it. So your shot's gonna have to be pretty perfect if you don't want to be in out of bounds or on a different hole. Hole 8 is a 13-yard par 3 and is the easiest hole at Backyard Country Club North. It's pretty straightforward. You have a tree, the purple tree to your left, with the hole in the front center, and the green runs pretty long, so if you hit your shot long, you'll most likely be on the green. But don't hit it too long, because then you'll be in what I like to call the triangle, that is full of flowers and mess that you don't want to be in. From the easiest hole to by far the hardest hole. And if you thought it was hard last year, just look at what we did this year. We lengthened the hole by 8 yards. We moved the tee box to the left, so the bushes and the trees and flowers and everything else is in play to the left. And your tee off has to be longer to reach the fairway. If your tee off is a good one, it should be a few yards in front of us and slightly up the hill. And to the right is the walkway for 7 and 8, which is also out of bounds on this hole, which is another thing we added this year to make the hole even harder. Depending on your drive and your second shot, you could either still be in the first section of the fairway or the second section of the fairway. This is another thing we added this year. To the left is out of bounds, and the fairway splits just about right in front of that stake and ends, and then starts again on the other side of the bushes. Good shots are needed throughout this hole, but this is the one right here that's gonna decide how your round finishes. The tree clearly in the way, and the green slightly to the right, with the mailbox beyond, and out of bounds to the left in the boulevard, and also out of bounds to the left, running all the way up to the boulevard. So make sure you're in the fairway. Otherwise, your score will be going higher and higher and higher and higher. The green is shaped like an L, or maybe sort of like a 6 or a B, or however you look at it. It's a pretty much flat green. Nothing tricky to it. The hole's in the middle of the green, I would say. But it's close up, so it makes the hole a little bit shorter. But the hole is pretty long. But if you play it right, this is what is going to decide who wins and who falls behind.
This is how to play Backyard Country Club North.